Greetings and welcome to another Pokémon Horizons The Series anime episode preview discussion. This time I'm talking about the preview for episode 71, so let's get to it. There's actually a lot that will happen in this episode, a surprising amount in fact. First, Liko and company will finally find Briar, who Liko will show Lucius's journal to, which will allow her to figure something out that will lead them to the crystal pool with clear intent. It's obvious that there is something special here that might lead to some answers regarding Terapagos. Now, as you probably remember, the PB for this arc showed us this scene of Liko and company encountering a mysterious woman in some sort of vision at a body of water. Judging by the title of episode 71, Encounter at the Crystal Pool, I was ready to predict that this encounter would be the one from the PB. However, upon closer inspection, this does not seem likely since Briar is clearly not here in the PB and Diana is. But Diana is currently not with Liko and company as far as we know, which is to say she wasn't with them at the end of the previous episode but could have joined them between episodes. Could she magically appear in episode 71? Sure, but I don't see this happening. She deserves to return with a bit more fanfare and setup. Moreover, in the PB, Liko is wearing Lucius's belt. In the preview for this episode, she isn't. So they won't encounter the mysterious woman in episode 71. But then what will they encounter? Well, it is difficult to say of course, since the preview does not even give us a hint. Whatever it is, it should be something significant that will reveal something important. Also, judging by the lantern, they will be here after dark. It's also possible that they will indeed encounter the mysterious woman in this episode, but they won't get everything they can get from her in this initial visit, and they will return later for the rest, with Diana, without Briar, and with Lucius's belt. However, the second thing we got going on in this episode might be this encounter at the Crystal Pool. Roy, Dot, Crocalor, Quaxwell, and Floragato, and presumably Liko, Freed, and Cap as well, are seen running into a Terastalized Milotic at the Crystal Pool, which Roy and the Crocalor will proceed to battle. I don't see why this would be significant enough of an encounter that it warrants being put in the title though. Like yeah, finding a wild Terastalized Pokemon is unusual, but Dot just encountered one in the previous episode. So I don't see why finding another one would be something to make a big deal out of. This will probably just be some cool little event. Roy seemed intrigued when Dot recounted her battle with the Bombardier, so maybe he just wants to face a wild Terra Pokemon as well, or perhaps he wants to catch it. In any case, I doubt this part of the episode will amount to much. It's worth mentioning that this Milotic's Terra type is Ghost, meaning that Crocalor is not at a type disadvantage, though surely Milotic still knows Water type moves. Also, it's seen diving into the pool, perhaps to escape, meaning that this will be a quick encounter as expected. Now I do wonder why is its Terra type Ghost. I don't see why it would be this type specifically other than the fact that it makes sense considering that Halloween is the day before this episode airs. Finally, Dot will run into Perrin, who we already saw briefly in episode 68, but episode 71 will be her proper introduction. Her Hisuian Growlithe will also make its debut both as a species and her specifically as a character. Surprisingly and excitingly, Perrin will battle Dot. It will be her Leafeon versus Quaxwell. In the games, Perrin does battle the player to test if they are strong enough to help her find the Blood Moon Beast, aka Ursaluna. She will even battle Dot in basically the same place she battles the player. I'm guessing that in the case of Horizons and battling Dot, she will test if Dot and by extension her friends are strong enough to help her find Kleavor. who she spotted in episode 68. And it is in the title of the next episode, which is Pursuit: The Search for Kleavor, meaning that they will begin their hunt for the next hero, which is part of what this arc promises. I'm guessing that Perrin will learn, likely from Dot, that Liko and friends are after Kleavor, and the Perrin will reveal that she saw it but will only tell them where if they can prove to her that they have what it takes to find it. Which leads to the battle, and regardless of who wins, she will tell them where to begin their search, leading into the next episode and the one after that, which also has Kleavor in the title. So that's basically the preview, and I already sprinkled in as we went along plenty of my thoughts and predictions. I do want to add that I hope Briar will lead Liko and company to a big and interesting revelation, and I also hope that Dot vs Perrin will be a nice little battle. I know it won't be very long given everything else that this episode has going on, but hopefully it's at least a little thrilling. As for who will win, well, Perrin has the type advantage, but this is of course not a guarantee that she will win. Dot still has a chance, especially since she has obviously grown to be a lot more skilled while remaining clever. Also, hopefully this episode won't be the last we see of Perrin and Briar, like I feared the previous episode could be the last we see of Carmine, at least in a sort of major role. Perrin will hopefully guide Liko and friends in their search for Kleavor, much like she guides us, the players, in Scarlet and Violet when searching for Ursaluna, who I very much hope we see in the anime as well. But yeah, that's everything I've got for you in this video. I honestly did not think that this episode would have so much excitement in store for us. Therefore, I'm very much looking forward to it. Far more than I expected. I'm extremely excited for it. Hopefully it will live up to my expectations. At the very least, Perrin and Briar better be treated better than Carmine was. Episode 71 will air on November 1st, and as always, I will review the episode once it airs, so please stay tuned for that. But that's the video. Drop a like if you enjoyed it, and please share your thoughts down in the comments below. Consider supporting me directly either through channel membership, Patreon, or buy me a coffee. Subscribe for more Pokemon Horizons coverage, and click the links on screen to see my recent episode reviews. Thank you so very much for watching.